If you are somebody who has heard that people in your apartment are having episodes of nausea, vomiting and diarrhea, and you're wondering that this is not very common and you want to know if there is any other reason than the common causes of gastroenteritis which happen in India during this period, then this is the video for you. What happened? Authorities in a veterinary college in Kerala discovered that more than 13 students had acute gastroenteritis, that is vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, and they identified that it was a virus known as Norovirus, which was commonly known as the NORWALK virus. Now this video is going to be about what the virus is, how it spreads, what are the symptoms, what is the treatment, who should be cautious, and what are the 7 simple steps which you can take in order to keep yourself safe and your family safe from the norovirus. I am Dr. Santhosh Jacob. I'm an orthopedic surgeon and a sports medicine specialist from the city of Chennai, Tamil Nadu in India. And I believe that information about a disease is the first step which you take towards conquering it. And this video is just about that. Getting to norovirus. What is norovirus? Norovirus is the commonest cause of gastroenteritis all over the world. It affects more than 650,000 people every year. Most importantly, it is active from November to April, which correlates to the winter season, and hence it is known as the winter vomiting bug. Coming to the symptoms which you might experience if you have the norovirus, acute episodes, which means this will happen suddenly. You won't have an infection, then you'll have some mild diarrhea, then it starts. No, if you have the infection, the incubation period is quite small. It's between 12 to 48 hours. So you'll have an acute episode of diarrhea, vomiting, stomach cramps. It also goes on to fever and sometimes has viral myalgia-like symptoms, body pain, aches, and you feel really fatigued. One peculiar thing about the norovirus is you do not require a lot of the virus to create symptoms or to create infection. So it is a virus which spreads very fast, and it spreads through the fecal-oral route, and human beings can also shed the virus. So it can spread from direct contact, that is person to person, it can spread from surfaces, and it can spread from food and water. So guys, if somebody you know or somebody who's serving you food or somebody who's delivering you food has this infection, then there is a very strong possibility that you and your family could get this infection from them. How do we investigate for the norovirus? The norovirus is primarily diagnosed based on clinical symptoms, and also you can do a testing of your stools to identify if you have the virus. But the thing is, this virus spreads very fast and creates symptoms very fast. So most of the time, diagnosis is made clinically by the physician. How do you take care of yourself if you have norovirus? Hydrate and rehydrate. If you have episodes of diarrhea and vomiting, the first thing you think of is, let me first replace the fluid I have lost. If you identify that you could have norovirus and that you could have acute episodes and you could have dehydration really fast, immediately the only way to sort that out is to make sure that you're replacing the fluids. If you continue replacing your fluids like tender coconut water or even electrol and water, the virus 90% of the time settles within 1 or 2 days and you will not have any issue. Who are the people who should be worried? Pregnant women, young kids, those with comorbidities, those who are already having symptoms of malnourishment, diabetics, hypertensives, and those who have very low muscle mass. There is a possibility that norovirus could cause acute dehydration in these patients. Now coming to the 7 simple steps with which you can protect your family from the norovirus. The first thing is you have to remember that norovirus is a non-enveloped virus, so just sanitizing does not kill the virus. So you have to wash your hands before you eat food, before you touch food, and after you use the toilet. The second thing is use only boiled water. Third, wash all your vegetables. Fourth, if you're having seafood, make sure that it is cooked well. Do not go close to anything which is raw. Make sure you chlorinate all sources of water which are around you, especially if you're going into contact with water like in a swimming pool, and also take water only from sources you know that are clean. 6. And if you're somebody who's in contact with animals like chickens or dogs or cats, make sure that you wash your hands and keep yourself clean before and after. And finally, point number 7. If you have people with comorbidities around you, and if you are somebody who is cooking food for the family or bringing food for everybody, make sure that if you are sick, you isolate yourself, you stop cooking, and you do not serve food to people till you are completely alright. Guys, I'm hearing that a lot of small pockets all over Tamil Nadu are having such episodes. Finally, I'm going to end this with an information nugget. The Norovirus was also known as the cruise ship virus because if one person in a cruise ship got infected with the Norovirus, then everybody who that person served or touched or came into contact with got the Norovirus, got acute gastroenteritis. So guys, let's be cautious. If we have the symptoms, let's isolate ourselves and not come into contact with those who can be affected by it. Alright guys, signing off. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Like, share and subscribe if you found this information useful. Signing off from the beautiful city of Chennai, Tamil Nadu in India, Dr. Santhosh Jacob.